back and just watch something for what it was. And honestly, I mean, they've always been supportive of us, and so it only made sense for me to be there. And plus, he asked me, so I'm not going to say no. And a trip to New York is not exactly a bad thing.
Right.
So I was here, and it was fun. I was actually really surprised with the way the movie was done. Like, I know all this. I know what goes into their life, so I wasn't surprised by how much was involved in the traveling and stuff like that. But to actually see the way it was cut together, and like it was 3D, obviously, so like that kind of stuff was crazy. But I was very impressed, and the after party was fun. We hung out, and now I think they're back to England. Just like that.
They're back somewhere, and you were at the oldest bar in Manhattan, which neither of us can seem to remember the name of last night.
Yeah, it's like an Italianish.
Anyone know
name.
off camera what that bar happens to be? We can give them a little plug, you know, so the next time we go down there.
Pblcty's.
Okay, we'll go with that then.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Well, if that movie can actually bring you in, who knows the lifestyle so well, then I'm sure it's going to be amazing for fans to actually have a true appreciation of what life is like.
Well, I don't think they really know how much just goes into it. I think it's really what it shows, like how much they haven't been home. And same thing, like I see the guys from Big Time Rush far more than I see my own brothers and my mother. So it really was a cool, interesting perspective. But like I said, for me, it was cool just to step back and support, especially since they had come to our premiere for Big Time Movie when that came out. So I was there. I was loving it. It was fun.
You were his plus one.
I was not plus one.
You only get 1 + 1, folks. You know, so also, have you and Nickelodeon really determined what the balance is going to be for Big Time Rush and you guys coming up, since the show's no longer going to be on air?
Well, that's actually a great question because,
Thank you.
you know, you're very welcome. Just because the show isn't on air doesn't mean it's the last of content on Nickelodeon. I mean, they still it's their brand, and like, you know, we've built it so much together. So I think we're just trying to figure out what the next move is, and I have a big meeting coming up actually in 2 weeks, and where we'll find out a lot about presence on television and also what music we're going to be releasing.
And it's going to be difficult for you because obviously you're going over to Australia, which we'll get into a little bit later, and then you're touring with Pepper Drive and Big Time Rush and Bounce and all that.
You know what though? But that's the fun part of it. I mean, like otherwise it would be boring, and you know, doing the same thing over and over every day really gets old.
It's kind of like our problem with users being maxed out right now.
Yeah,
and we're maxed out again, so I guess yet again a good problem to have that you have too many tours happening. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start to go in. Arthur, if you could actually bring in one of the questions from the users that we have for a text question, that would be great. And so first is Kendall. This is from EM. Kendall, I love you so much.
I love you too. I love you too.
So second, is Big Time Rush going to continue to be a band? If you are, I guess this is the third part. If you are there any things you can tell us? Rushies, we're desperate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course, Big Time Rush is always going to be a band. So that's the first part of the question. What can I tell you? I can tell you I'm going to learn a lot more in a couple weeks about just what the next music cycle is for us. And then I think we're also trying to figure out what like our 2014 tour schedule would be. And being that we've sort of covered the U.S., I mean,
you plastered the U.S.
Yeah, really. I mean, we played some of the venues we played 3 times, and they're big venues too. So it's like we need to go play somewhere else.
What's the largest you've played?
The largest headlining show we ever did. Well, Mexico is always pretty crazy. We just got the one we just did in Mexico City was 18,000, which is pretty insane.
And you did like back-to-back nights of sold-out shows?
Yeah, we did 2 shows at Jones Beach, which was unbelievable last year.
Which is great because it also helps as a fundraiser for not UNICEF. What is it? Salvation Army.
Yes, and we actually did some Salvation Army stuff before we went.
Did you do it with
I was
Charlotte
serving turkey.
Charlotte Jones Anderson and the whole team of the Cowboys?
No, we went just as a band, and I think people were wondering why like young like pop-looking dudes were serving them turkey dinners. But
when I did that, it was actually we had who was it? Destiny's Child actually.
Really?
Who did the show, and it was right when they came out with their song Soldier, which was very cool because they had a whole military tie to the event. I know, right? Many years ago. But the Jones family is a great family.
So much
a great
happened.
organization. So what's now that he and I just continue to talk about aside questions, what's the next question that we have, Arthur? I'm seeing something from Nikki, but I'm not actually seeing the question pop up. So maybe all I see is Nikki. Nikki, if you are out there, we see your question, but we actually don't see exactly what you are asking.
Yeah, I wonder.
We do. That was probably a great question too, because Arthur does have good tasting
Felt
questions.
good.
It did.
Felt good.
It did. It did. So,
Well, if
Margaret.
anything, we've just said Nikki 3 or 4 times now, so she's probably happy either way.
Exactly. And
Nikki.
for some, all right, here we go.
Hey.
From Alexis Pena, what do you miss most about touring? In between the 5 days a year that you don't tour, what do you miss most about it when you're not touring?
I actually really like the traveling. I like the seeing different places that you've never been before, and I'm a big foodie, so I like going and just finding restaurants. Like I'm the king of Urban Spoon.
Okay.
Like people always go,
Product plug.
This
You're
is
welcome.
such a great restaurant. How'd you find out? I'm like,
Urban Spoon.
It's
you don't have like the lowdown. You don't have your publicist lurking to see which is Urban Spoon.
It's Urban Spoon, and
if you guys didn't hear it, it's Urban Spoon.
They don't pay me anyway, so they're getting free promotion.
They may soon now.
Yeah, right.
We really like that guy. I want to cut.
I don't know. We'll work on some term deals, but the whole thing is I just like to see places I haven't been before, and that's what the whole benefit of being in a band is. One of the many things besides having the best job ever, but like just traveling, even places you don't think of. Like I made the most of Buffalo. We went to Anchor Bar and had where the original Buffalo wings are from. So things like that you do that are really fun.
They're like little life experiences in that microcosm.
Well, you learn a lot about yourself too, right. And also like it's a lot of life experience to reference and to be able to talk to people. If you pretty much travel the world, you kind of have a good way of understanding.
Absolutely. That is one of the interesting things when you do travel is you can figure out you've been to some restaurant or bar or something that has in common with that person.
I can actually reference somebody. Yeah.
Sure.
So, this one time I was in Germany and I'm like, oh, I know that. I've been in Germany. Like I love it. So it's cool to be able to actually reference these things.
Now, being a foodie and being from Kansas, are you a barbecue guy or what's your background?
Well, I love barbecue just as much as anybody else. Kansas City barbecue, we all know, is the best. Sorry, anybody from Texas or Memphis. But I am a fan of all foods.
Okay.
Recently, I've been into the gastropub kind of thing, where it's like really fancy burgers. I'm kind of into that.
They have that's big on. What's that show we watch, Chris? Is Chris here? What's the show we watch with John Toffer? Bar Rescue.
Oh, yeah,
Bar
yeah,
Rescue
yeah.
does a lot of those types of
and
burgers.
I love watching that show. By
it's
the way,
great, isn't it? Like Sundays, well, you probably don't see it on Sundays because you're traveling a lot.
He's a real stickler sometimes.
He is, and he's coming out with a new show actually. So they're now like making him the franchise apparently.
Wow.
So Isabella just asked, and I don't know if there is an actual answer to this, but she asked, "What is your favorite food?"
How about the meat or the candy of meat, bacon? It's really good. Come on, everybody knows that.
The candy of meat. Okay, that was good. I think that might be in their next advertising campaign. We're going to do one more text question.
Like they need help.
Exactly, good point. Well, with certain religions they do.
Okay.
Well, the next question is, what is your favorite memory from the summer break tour? This from Sinful Sindal.
Hey.
Nice.
Whoa.
Hi there.
Favorite memory from summer break tour. Just the shows in general, but Mexico was really great. Ending it in Mexico, all the shows were and it's so hard to ever say that because people are like, well, what about this one?
Right.
They're all great for different reasons, and like, you try to make the most of every show by switching it up, and when you're on stage, not saying the exact same thing. Obviously there's certain parts of the show that keep the flow and rhythm, but St. Augustine was cool because our tour accountant, who isn't ever on the road, he just happened to live in St. Augustine, brought his like doorless Jeep. And we drove the Jeep around.
Sure.
Went to they have a beach you can drive on the beach, and it's I think it's the oldest city in America. St. Augustine.
It is. That's where Ponce de Leon tried to find the Fountain of Youth. If I recall
he didn't find it.
No, he didn't. But apparently, maybe you did. E's hottie of the week 2 weeks ago.
I was. Yeah.
Well. Exact. Now he's brought the scruff out, no longer hottie of the week. So I don't know if that's a message that Juliana.
Sorry, guys, for trying to be a man.
So let's see if we can, Arthur. Let's see if we can bring on an actual video question from one of the 2,000 plus people we have. This is going to be Kristen Pena. Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Kendall.
How are you?
I'm sorry. I'm really nervous.
No problem. Don't be. We totally understand. What is your question for Mr. Kendall Schmidt?
If you were ever to find a genie, what would your 3 wishes be?
Oh.
For more wishes would be one of them. 3 wishes. I'm gonna sound so hippie right now.
Peace on Earth.
Well, there's never gonna be peace on Earth. But so people have food. I want to make sure everybody has food. That would be one thing. And then, like, if you just ask for an endless amount of money, you can pretty much do all those things too.
Or you just create inflation.
Exactly. If I asked for $1 trillion, I could do a lot of really good things. That's including for myself. Like, hey, nice car, Kendall.
We might actually have chairs at our studio for this interview if we could.
And then the third, what would the third be? 10 million miles for an airline, so I could go anywhere.
I like that. I like that.
I like that.
That's a good. Kristen, where are you coming from today?
I'm coming from New Jersey, aka Jersey-Delphia.
Jersey-Delphia.
All right, I'm a North Jersey guy, but we're Jersey nonetheless,
Awesome.
so we're okay there.
I like all the posters in the background. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I was actually supposed to meet you guys in Jersey-Delphia, but the VIP place we got it from like Awana Makers, and they actually screwed up our VIP and lied to us, saying that we got your VIP, but we got Victoria. But she was like, "Oh, she was so nice." Yeah.
Did you have fun meeting?
I made you guys bracelets. Oh yeah.
Well, now we're talking on the internet, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I made you guys bracelets. Because I gave one for Alexa and Dustin. Yeah, I love that tattoo, by the way.
That's great. Well, thank you, Kristen. We appreciate your question and coming to us from New Jersey. Who else do we have available, Arthur?
Thank you. Bye, Kendall.
Bye.
We have Hannah Alsup. Hannah Alsup. How are you, Hannah Alsup? Welcome to our live streaming interview with Kendall Schmidt.
Got a case of the Googles right now. You there?
Having a little bit of trouble with Hannah's audio. Okay, Hannah just went off. We'll see if we can bring Hannah back on. She was having a little bit of difficulty with her internet connectivity. Now we have Chelsea Markstrom. Chelsea Markstrom. And we should just step out of the way to see me in the photo.
Hey guys. Hey guys. What's up? What's up?
What's your favorite song from 24/7?
Okay, before you answer, Chelsea, just turn them down for me a little bit because we're getting feedback, or put in headphones.
Okay.
Done. Favorite song from 24/7. It's really tough, but I really like on the extended. I almost want to call it that's the regular album. Like, who buys like the shortened version of the album anymore anyway?
Everyone calls it the EP now because you're not sure if
Yeah.
it's a CD, a DVD.
So we have our deluxe. We have the regular season has 10, and we have the deluxe is 15. But on the deluxe, a song called Untouchable. And we didn't get to perform it for the summer break tour, but I just love that song because it's sort of like an homage to Romeo and Juliet, the lyrics, if you really pay attention to how they're written. It's sort of kind of like that story. I love it. I think it's a really cool song.
Great question, Chelsea. Where are you coming from today?
Yeah, I love that song.
Where are you coming from?
Arizona.
Nice, Arizona. Is it hot? Nice.
Yeah.
Arizona. Is it hot?
Yes, it is. And I saw you guys in concert June 25th. You were amazing.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chelsea. And Arthur, if we could do one more video question, if we have one waiting, that would be great. Then I'm going to ask Kendall another question, and then maybe take one last video question. This is we have we have
She's
Kristen,
back. She's like,
Kristen Pena out of
like
the thousands of people. Kristen, if you are 18 years old, go play the lottery.
Yeah, seriously.
Because you've now been brought on camera twice, and I don't know how that works.
Sorry that you.
And then we have Kendall Princess.
What's up, Kendall Princess?
Hey,
How are you?
fine, you.
What's your question?
When you were a kid, there's a special thing like a toy or a blanket.
One more time.
When you were a kid, there's a special thing like a toy or a blanket.
Did I have a special thing? Actually, no. I did have a blanket that my oldest brother had, and then my middle brother and then I had. So it sort of got passed down, and we still have it. I'd like to give it to my kid when I have one day. So
You still have it?
I still have it, of course. Yeah.
Your parents keep it, or you keep it?
Fold it up. I mean, I keep it. It's nice. I mean, come on. That's my blanket, dude.
That's a real touring
You know,
secret
back
right
off
there.
of my blanket, bro.
Exactly. Well, one question that I have, obviously before Big Time, just so we can talk a little bit about your next project, Heffron Drive, what we have everyone here. Before Big Time Rush, you were Heffron Drive, right? Or
Yeah, I mean,
this was your band. And, then all of a sudden you got BTR and you had to put Heffron Drive on focus. So how excited are you now for this career transition, but really going back to your roots at the same time?
Well, I'm very excited just because I get to start writing the music that I was writing before. And it's not like it's drastically a different process of writing. You know what I mean? Like obviously for Big Time Rush, the only thing you really had to consider was maybe just some lyric changes if it was a little risky or something. Because standards and practices on Nick, you can only play, you know, a song that doesn't have anything bad in it. So other than that, though, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be like writing gangster rap.
Right.
You know, so it's going to have a similar vein, and I'm just excited to do something that I've been like building up, and I've always had, and the guys have always known that I wanted to do that, and I think Nickelodeon always knows that, and Sony's always known I wanted to. So now it's just to the point of got to make some awesome music, got to put it out, got to promote it. So.
Absolutely. Well, so just so 50 and Dre, so you know you're safe.
I'm not gonna go into the gangster rap market anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Don't you worry.
Anytime soon is the
Don't
key
you
there.
worry, Drake. Don't you worry, Drake.
We saw a woman ask you the other day about grills coming back in fashion.
Yeah, I think it's very unhygienic.
I left mine at home because I saw your answer.
It's got to cause a lot of bacteria buildup. That's just me. That's just me.
Let's take another question from one of our thousands and literally thousands of viewers who are watching this broadcast. This is a text question. This is from Donna. This is interesting. If you could live in any time period, when would you live and why?
I think the 20s because I'd like to wear the clothing.
Fair enough.
That's the only reason. But if I was really to pick one, it'd be the future because I want to see what's going to happen.
Are you into
It's
Boardwalk?
like a movie.
Are you into Boardwalk Empire?
I don't get to watch it very often, but I just like the idea of, even honestly, it'd be fun to do a show like that where you have to dress up. But I just love, I don't know, you can see I sort of wear my pants hiked up like they did back then, so I need to
Sorry, we can't show that, but maybe we'll show it later in our post interview. Can you get it up there? Did that work? I can do this. Hold on. Whoa, there you go. See, there's the style. There's the style. That was a good question, Donna. Thank you very much for that. Do we have any others, or do we have another video question, Arthur, that we could maybe throw to Kendall? Arthur is doing a fantastic job.
Here we go.
Oh, well, go ahead. You can read it.
It's from Headshot's Big Time Rush.
Okay. So
What is my biggest inspiration for writing songs? I've actually figured this out.
Oh, good.
I was playing a whole bunch of songs
question.
for someone the other day, and I realized after all the songs that I had been playing that they're all love songs. So love. That's the biggest one. I mean, if like 9 out of 10 songs I write are about that, then it would make sense that'd be the biggest inspiration. And
one of the things that we will be asking Kendall in our post-rap interview, which will not be live, but we'll post later on Pblcty, is what is his love life currently? Because he said, don't answer now, because that's a tease. This is a tease so that they can come back.
Well, I'm not going to answer that. That's right.
Internet signal went down. So do we have any more? One last video question, or should we just take one last?
Here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Gail Schiller.
Hi, Gail.
Tell us more about the Worldwide Day of Play. Well, it's an event that Nickelodeon has to encourage kids to go out and play, and they turn off the TV for 60 minutes.
Okay.
60 minutes. Yeah, basically like, hey, guess what? You can't watch Nickelodeon, go out and play. That's sort of what it is. Last year we went, we had it in DC, and it's sort of, it ties in, well, last year at least that we went, it tied in with Michelle Obama's Get to Moving campaign.
That's right.
So,
which they did recently here in New York and Wata as a
very
sponsor.
cool. It was very cool, and I mean, just getting to see her, we got to play ping pong with her in the White House.
Did you really?
Yeah, the White House.
How is she?
She's really good.
Yeah? She take it?
Yeah, she beat us.
Did you? You let the first lady.
It was Logan and I versus. No, it was James and I versus Logan and the first lady. And obviously, we didn't let her win. They're watching this right now.
They probably are.
You know they are.
Well, I don't want to get into that whole thing.
Hey,
guys. About confidential information being stolen. So Sierra Glass asks, do you see yourself going good question. Do you see yourself going solo in the future?
I think just doing other things. I mean, you don't have to be a one-trick pony. You can kind of do all kinds of stuff. And I would love to play the venues that we just got done playing. I'd love to play in the Big Time Rush again, but I also don't want, if it's not with Big Time Rush, to be the last time I play those. So either way, I'm going to keep going. Hopefully that they watch it, listen to it.
Now, originally you had the acting bug.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was a kid, my 2 older brothers started obviously first, and I don't know what sparked my parents to be like, yeah, sure, let's do that. Especially since we're from Kansas, it's not like a normal thing to do.
It's not like you go to a casting down the street on Madison Avenue.
Certainly
if you're
not.
living in the
No,
city.
there's actually print work to be done
Sure,
in Kansas, though.
sure.
I did a lot of print work when I was a kid. But yeah, and then all of a sudden music, I really started getting into music, and then like Heffron Drive started getting popular on MySpace. It was getting all kinds of plays, and then Big Time Rush happened, and then
Now it's back to Heffron Drive, which is going to be
back.
which is going to be
And then
very
the acting bug never goes away. It's always there. I mean, I'm sort of acting all the time anyway.
Sure. He's acting like he's having a good time at this interview. Is there any one last question, video question that maybe we have, or is that we have Ludmi, forgive me if I'm getting your name wrong, but Ludmi Fernandez. And Ludmi is very excited
She's like,
to,
oh
and I think if I step out of the picture, she'll be okay with that. So go ahead, speak with Ludmi.
hello.
Yeah.
What are you saying? We can't hear you. Look, she's got it. She's like, I already got it.
Maybe we'll be able to bring Ludmi back, but for right now, we were having
She has one of those
difficulty.
computers that doesn't have a microphone.
Correct.
I
Correct,
guess.
maybe. Well, and then now we're getting a new question from Luca.
Hello.
Luika.
Luika?
Luica?
Hi. Yeah. Kendall, it's like 2 a.m. in Indonesia right now. So I'm like staying up all night just to see you like live stream. Can
Yes,
you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. What's up?
Oh. Okay. So, this is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like bragging off, but look what I got, and it's not even in Indonesia yet.
Oh, bam! Wait, what do you mean it's not there? So when is it supposed to be released in Indonesia?
It's supposed to be in October, but I couldn't wait that long, so I'm like,
So do
bam.
do you live in Jakarta? You?
Yeah, I do. Okay, like, will you guys like come here for a worldwide tour? or
I hope
something?
so. That's actually what we're going to be talking about soon, is what the next year's touring schedule is going to be. And like I said, since we've covered so much of the U.S., I hope that we get to do more worldwide shows. But Tamakasi for buying the album. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh! By the way, I went to your concert last year in Big Time Summer Tour, Salt Lake City. You actually answered my question.
I did?
Yeah, you
Did you
did.
go to the meet and greet?
You actually went like. Did you what?
Did you go to the meet and greet? Is that where you were in the VIP
Yeah.
meet and greet? Awesome.
Okay, hold on.
Wait.
I'm just gonna go show you something. Bam.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
sorry for that. Yes, so you have to come here, seriously. People are literally like sleeping around me, so I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm too excited.
And I would love to be there. So maybe in the future, I'm looking forward to it. Either way, I'm going to go back. So I'll see you there.
Yes. Also, can you do a shout out for my sister? She really
What's
loves
your
you.
name?
Jemima.
Jemima.
Yeah. Say like, hi, Mima, or something.
Hi, Jemima.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Taking
That is
care
so
of
sweet.
family.
Thank you, Kendall.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today, all the way from Indonesia. We do appreciate it. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're actually going to sit down now with Kendall in a more intimate forum in our studio and dive into some other questions, and maybe even take some of the questions that you've been texting in. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to end up airing that interview next week after Labor Day here in the States.
Yeah.
We're going to air it actually next week on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Which can anyone have the date for me? Is that September 2nd, or is that September 3rd? Tuesday, September 3rd at 6 p.m.
What day is it now?
We'll do
Somebody give me the
You're
date
still up on
today.
the premiere, right?
Yeah.
From last night. Thank you all very much for joining us. We appreciate you joining our live broadcast. It's been great to have Kendall Schmidt. Take care.
See ya.